Well, it looks like we're down to that final part of this Cartoon Network rant. So, let us continue, shall we? The next show, Mad. I only have 3 words for this. Robot Chicken Ripoff. Now, some may argue that Mad was already invented before Robot Chicken. Now, are we talking about Mad Magazine or Mad the cartoon series? Because clearly we're on 2 different subjects here. The fact is that Robot Chicken beat Mad to the whole parody idea already. And honestly, I thought this show was canceled at some point because Cartoon Network rarely shows this cartoon. But anyway, getting back to the whole Mad ripping off Robot Chicken thing. Robot Chicken were the first ones to become an animated show that made fun of celebrities and made parodies of other cartoons. Mad is just a kid version of all of this. And plus, the only real difference between Mad and Robot Chicken has animated dolls, while Mad has animated cartoons. That is the only way that they are different from each other. And then some may argue that Mad is funnier than Robot Chicken. Well, that's only your opinion. But my opinion on Mad, it's okay. It's not really all that bad. It's pretty decent. Next we have Lego Ninjago, Masters of Spin Jutsu. Well, what can I really say about this show? It's a show about a bunch of toys. But I don't really think that that's a legitimate reason to hate it. I mean, you got stuff like Toy Story, the Bionicle movies, etc., etc. Now, if you want my full opinion on the show, it's actually pretty good. I mean, the jokes are corny as all hell, but that still doesn't exclude the fact that it has a pretty decent plot. The storylines are pretty good, the characters are unique, the graphics are on point, and the action scenes are actually pretty cool too. So, Lego Ninjago Masters of Spin Jutsu actually checks out okay with me. This next show I won't be talking about. Why? Because I have not seen not one single episode of it. Enough said. Okay, so that's all of Cartoon Network's current programming for all of their comedy cartoons. Next, I'd like to complain about their blocks, starting with Cartoon Planet. Now, I really do like the idea, I really do, but I highly doubt that Cartoon Planet is gonna last that long. Ever since Cartoon Fridays has been taken off the air, there really hasn't been a stable block for Cartoon Network's Friday night programming. I mean, hell, look at how long Har Har Thursdays has lasted. It started in 2008 and discontinued in 2010. So I really do have my doubts with Cartoon Planet. Again, I really do like that Cartoon Network is trying to appeal to everyone as far as airing cartoons from as far back as the 90s up until mid 2007. But for how long though? And of course, Cartoon Network's Saturday morning action block. In my opinion, I really do think that this block is doing pretty well. I like most of the shows that comes on this block too, such as Young Justice, Invasion, and Bakugan. Now, I think that a lot of people can sympathize with me when I say that I really am sick and tired of seeing Scooby-Doo movies and Looney Tunes movies taking over half of Cartoon Network's schedule. Whether it's on Wednesday, whether it's on Saturday, or whether it's on Sunday. I mean, as many cartoons that Cartoon Network has aired in the past, you think they'd be able to find some cartoons to fill in their time slots instead of filling it up with Scooby-Doo movies that we've seen an exaggerated amount of time and Looney Tunes movies. And if they really feel the need to air movies, there are plenty of other Warner Brother movies you can air besides Scooby-Doo and the Looney Tunes. And no, I'm not just talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I really mean that there are plenty of other movies that you can air. Now it's time for my overall thoughts on Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network really has some kinky bumpers. You know, at first I did not like them, but over time I learned to just accept them. Plus, their promos for these shows are pretty funny and well made too. But there were three things that kept getting complained about in all three parts of my Cartoon Network rant, which were lack of originality, lack of creativity, and also trying too hard to be funny. For the originality part, if it seems like a cartoon that you've already seen before, the best thing is to probably just not to give it the green light. For lack of creativity, if a cartoon seems uncreative and if it just seems boring, don't greenlight that show as well. Because the fans will notice and you'll get tons of hate mail and you'll get tons of rant being made on it. And lastly is the trying too hard to be funny part. Now, while jokes are an important aspect to a cartoon, it's not everything. Focusing on your plot is what makes embrace your cartoon. Focusing on jokes will only make it more obvious that you're just there to get cheap laughs, and eventually to the point where it really just isn't funny. Now, how do I know all of this? Well, because I've been watching cartoons all of my life. And plus, me being an artist, you know, when I grow up, I want to have my own cartoon on either Cartoon Network or the Hub. So it's very important that I know this. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Cartoon Network. And it looks like that pretty much concludes this rant. So this has been TheMatrix 176 ranting on Cartoon Network. Next topic to get ranted on is the CW 4Kids Toonzai.